Welcome back to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to show you how to pour and finish a concrete driveway extension. Please stay tuned until the end, since we're going to be explaining the entire detailed process. If you want to learn how to set forms and pour all kinds of concrete work with the proper finishing techniques, then you're in the best place here on YouTube, since that's all we do here at Eternal Rock. Consider subscribing to our channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Here we have 20 lineal feet of 5 foot 7 inch wide left side driveway extension. We have rebar number 4 at 48 inches on center, and we're just using a wheelbarrow here since it's a pretty small area. We can easily just wheelbarrow it in, and since it's on a little bit of a slope, we're just starting from the top part and we're going to be working our way down. So you can tell the rebar there is just on the ground, and we just, as we pour the concrete, we're just going to be lifting it up by hand. That way the rebar is right in the middle of all of the concrete. So right there, we're just starting to float with that hand float. You just want to float all of the surrounding edges all around the perimeter of the newly poured concrete. We have that come along rake. Those rakes are very useful because you can easily just drag the concrete or push it. You can kind of get it as close as you can to where it needs to be. What you see here is a Screed board. This is used so it will help us to smoothen out the concrete once you put it where it needs to be. This tool is very helpful. It can help you get rid of any excess concrete from the surface. It's really easy to use. You don't need to be a professional or have a lot of experience to handle this. All you got to do is scrape it across the surface. We're scraping it from the existing concrete surface and also from the form that we had set up on the outer perimeter. So you'll want to screed all of the concrete. Once you do that, then you'll utilize this bull float. We typically use the bull float after we screed the concrete surface, and this is to help us fill in any empty spaces that have been left after using the Screed board. This also isn't a difficult process, but it's very necessary. So this bull float is about 3 foot wide, and we're just basically gliding it across the surface like you see right there. And once you do that, you're gonna notice a couple low spots. That's what we're filling in right there with the shovel. One good tip is you want to make sure that you have at least one wheelbarrow of leftover concrete, just in case, if you ever have any of these situations going on, you'll have, a little bit of extra concrete to work with. You don't want to be in that situation where you have some low spots or different things and then there's no more concrete left. So it's going to be a lot more challenging to work with that. But once you do that, then you run the edger tool. That's another thing that we do right away. We just want to make sure that we have a nice clean edge all along the perimeter. And then right here we're marking the line because we're going to want to continue that joint. So that's why we have the tool joints established, so it helps to control the cracks. And after that, we just start floating all of the around the perimeter with our hand float. You'll want to just float everything, make sure that the concrete is nice and even, you just spread it out. And then from there we start utilizing this trowel tool. This helps us to kind of seal up the concrete and just further even everything out. And it helps us also for the cream, you know, to be on the top. So this process is not that difficult. It's pretty straightforward. This concrete is going to be exposed, so we're going to be doing an exposed aggregate finish to try to match the existing concrete that the customer already has. This is kind of showing you here the results so far. That's a nice straight line there for the joint. You have the upper section right there, you have the lower section, and all we're gonna do is just trowel it as it's drying. And this is kind of where everything is looking close enough to where we're just gonna be applying a liquid on the surface. And the only thing that we're gonna apply on the surface is water with sugar, and that's pretty much it. You know, water and sugar, that helps to make a reaction. We're literally using C&H cane sugar. We use the whole packet, we put it into that canister, and then we mix it with the water. So once you do that, you'll want to mix it very well. And then right here we're feeling the concrete surface. You can tell because you kind of put your finger there, and then you can tell if it's firm enough. If your finger sinks in, then we need to wait a little bit more time. But in this case, you know, we were able to put our finger on the surface and it was nice and firm, so we can go ahead and just spray that water and sugar. And like I said, that's going to cause a reaction. And with this, we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to be able to come back the following day to pressure wash, and it's going to give us that really beautiful, natural, exposed aggregate finish. So that's pretty much the step-by-step process on how to pour, how to work the concrete. Not much is needed here. It's pretty straightforward. And at the very end, you're going to want to make sure to just protect the area. Put barricades around, caution tape and everything, so that way nobody accidentally steps on it or walks on it. And then we're just going to cover it with plastic. That way the moisture will kind of be trapped in between there in the concrete. And we're just going to come back the next day, pressure wash it, and clean everything up, and we should be good to go. So we hope you like this video on how to extend the concrete driveway with an exposed aggregate finish. Please consider subscribing to our channel and activate the notification bell. May God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.